emergency and rescue.
Hello dear friends, and welcome to this new episode in which we are going to learn new vocabulary as well as some useful grammatical sentences. Stay tuned.
In this part, we are going to talk about 1. Grammar in context, passive voice first part. 2. Life-saving technology.
'Here we come to the grammar section, dear friends. Today we are going to talk about a very important subject, which is called the passive voice. Let's start.
The passive voice, present simple passive.
Sentences can be active or passive. Therefore, tenses also have active forms and passive forms. You must learn to recognize the difference to successfully speak English. Active form. In active sentences, the thing doing the action is the subject of the sentence, and the thing receiving the action is the object. Most sentences are active. Thing doing action plus verb plus thing receiving action. Examples: the professor, subject doing the action, teaches, verb, the students, object receiving the action. John, subject doing action, washes, verb, the dishes, object receiving action. Now, we're going to see the difference between the normal or the active form and the passive form of the tense. Passive form. In passive sentences, the thing receiving the action is the subject of the sentence, and the thing doing the action is optionally included near the end of the sentence. You can use the passive form if you think that the thing receiving the action is more important or should be emphasized. You can also use the passive form if you do not know who is doing the action or if you do not want to mention who is doing the action. Thing receiving action. Verb to be, past participle of verb, by, and thing doing action. Examples: the students are taught by the professor. The dishes are washed by John. Let's do the following exercise and put the suitable present simple passive form in the brackets.
How tsunami warning systems work. 1. An earthquake is detected by special stations in the region. Data is sent to the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center in Hawaii. 2. If the earthquake is in the Pacific Basin and above 7.5 on the Richter scale, the first tsunami warning is sent out. 3. Messages from stations on the seabed near the earthquake's center are checked for signs of a tsunami. 4. If a tsunami is detected, full warnings are sent out via system in individual countries, radio, TV, SMS or text messages can be used.
Now, we are going to read the following passage about life-saving technology.
Life-saving technology. Vocabulary. Rescue. Coast guards. Lake. Sinking. Waving. Sailors. Shore. French text message saves man.
A text message from two French tourists on holiday in Scotland saved a young man's life. They were walking near a lake when they saw a boat in trouble. It was slowly sinking, and the man was waving. They sent a text message to a friend in France, and the message was passed on by the friend to Scottish Coast Guards. Boats were sent out onto the lake, and the man was rescued.
Climbers rescued by text message. Two Canadian climbers were climbing in Switzerland when they were hit by a terrible snowstorm at 3,000 meters. They couldn't see and were worried their metal equipment could be hit by lightning. At 1:30 a.m., the climbers sent a text message to 5 people, and the alarm was raised 4 hours later by a Canadian friend. The weather was so bad that helicopters couldn't be used by the Swiss rescue team, and the climbers couldn't be seen. Luckily, the weather improved, and they were rescued from the mountain. Text travels across the world and back.
A group of Indonesian sailors and tourists got into trouble during a storm, not far from the shore. One tourist sent a text message to his family in England. The message said, "Call Coast Guards, we need help. SOS, save our souls." It was passed to Coast Guards in Australia, and then it was sent to the Indonesian authorities. But they couldn't be rescued because the sea was too dangerous. Luckily, just as the boat was breaking up, the storm stopped, and they managed to get to land. Let's fill in the blanks with the missing words, dear friends, and pay attention to the form of the verb.
1. The boat was sinking fast, but a rescue team saved the people. 2. The explorers got lost in the Antarctic snow. 3. A rescue team searched for and found the missing child.
True or false?
1. The French tourists sent a text message when they saw a boat in trouble. True. 2. Scottish Coast Guards rescued 2 French tourists. False. 3. The Canadian climbers got lost because of the weather. True. 4. Their Canadian friend came and rescued them. False. 5. The sea was too dangerous for the Indonesian Coast Guard to rescue sailors and tourists. True. 6. The police in England passed the SOS text message straight to Indonesia. False.
By this, dear friends, we come to the end of our episode for today. See you next time with a new lesson. Take care. Bye bye.